in the first place, a one-to-one program, we throw that out there, that term one-to-one. We've said it many times in our publications, even today. The advantage is that a teacher no longer has to think about whether it's quote-unquote worth it to pull out technology if it will enhance a lesson. If one-to-one technology is present, meaning that each student has something available, if it'll improve a lesson, great, the technology comes out onto the desk, it's opened up, it's used, it's put away. When we don't have a one-to-one program, when we rely on cards or just whatever people bring from home, as has been the case, as wasn't the case in the high school until we started piloting one-to-one programs, it leads to limitations, it leads to frustration, and that frustration impedes learning. So really our goal when we created these one-to-one programs for this coming year was to decrease educator and student frustration, to increase learning, and to increase the kind of equal access of technology when it's appropriate. Nobody thinks technology solves all of our problems. In fact, we may not even use technology in each and every class, but we do believe that many, many lessons, many units, many ways of instruction can be enhanced with technology. Many of us in the technology profession have been kind of looking for a device that would sort of fit that in-between space between like a mobile phone or something truly portable and very limited and a full-size laptop. And when Apple introduced the iPad, some of us thought, oh, maybe this is worth looking at. In fact, here at San Domenico, when we began our discussions about the iPad, the reaction wasn't necessarily the most positive. So we very purposefully and deliberately created a pilot program for this current academic year where we took almost every discipline that we teach in the middle school curriculum, and we took the MacBooks into the course for about a week or two, and then a few weeks later brought the iPads in. But the enthusiasm and the excitement both from the learners, the students, and from the teachers was really phenomenal. So we expanded our pilot program, accelerated a program that was generously funded by an anonymous donation, and committed ourselves to rolling out a full one-to-one program in the coming year. There are some aspects of the iPad that are really compelling for younger learners. One of them is just the simple fact that the device is light and small. I don't know about you, but it almost pains me to watch some of the backpacks that travel the campus from the bus stop all the way up and then all the way down and around and left behind and so forth. This device is really, I'll just say evolutionary, but it really is rather great how light it is and how much can be contained in such a lightweight device. The other thing that's really interesting is that when you pull out a laptop in a classroom, very often you have to do what? You have to turn it on. You have to pull it out of the cart, you have to turn it on, and then you have to wait. You have to wait and wait and wait and wait and wait. And I'm giving you an example of actually how long it takes to wait. By the time I'm finished with this thought, maybe the login screen is up. And then, you know, the student logs in, and then you wait and wait and wait. And then, you know, the reality is you want to teach a little bit, and then you have to shut it down, and that's not always instantaneous. There's a disadvantage if people shut these things off too quickly. One of my colleagues at another school in the Bay Area actually calculated that if you had a laptop turned on and off just once per class throughout a week, you would lose 140 minutes of teaching in the week. But it really shows you that there is a loss of spontaneity in that circumstance. And that's really important, especially when you want to do smaller units of learning with technology. So maybe I'm teaching a course and I don't want to have a laptop open the whole time, but I want a short response to something, or just quickly look up a fact, or quickly look at a PDF. The laptop becomes impractical, and the educator's choice is, well, let's just not bother, I'll pass out a piece of paper. The iPad doesn't have that. It's instant on, instant off, just like our phones. We will have a one-to-one iPad program this coming year.